Advocacy and services. Aware does both. You might be wondering, what's the difference? You're walking by a river. You spot a baby floating in the water. You jump in and pull it to safety. Then you see another baby and another. People rush to help. They fish the babies out, dry them, nurse them. But babies keep coming down the river. Soon the whole town gets involved. Someone builds an orphanage. One by one the babies get adopted, but more keep coming down the river. One day you say, "That's it. I'm going upstream to see who is putting all these babies into the river." That's when advocacy begins. The issues Aware tackles aren't exactly floating babies, but like babies they grow, carrying pain and trauma with them. Like when abusers could stalk and harass women with no real consequences. Or when husbands assaulted their wives and the police were powerless to step in unless the wife had broken bones. Or when single parents and their children are denied housing. Someone calls Aware's helpline. She says, "Hey, this is happening to me and I need help." You listen and you give support to her and to the many other callers. You start to see that their stories do not exist in isolation. Something in the system keeps causing women to be vulnerable. So you head upstream. You consult with experts, study other countries, conduct surveys. You search for a way to the heart of the issue. You compile your findings, you come up with possible solutions. Now you must share these with decision makers and with the public. This part used to be painstakingly slow. Putting up posters, sending out bags of letters, holding talks in libraries, and always hoping to be heard. Today you can talk to many people all at once. You can get thousands to sign petitions or to rally in parks. But the challenge remains the same, to let them see the problem you've seen and make them realize you can and you should do something about it. There will be those who try to shut the message down, who say, "Singapore isn't ready for that," or "Oops, I misplaced your report," or "The people you want to help are the problem." Or they might attack you personally, call you awful names, or say, "No national service, no equal rights." You can't let those people scare you. It might take 3 months or 10 years, but if your message rings true, and you have the stamina, the determination to go the distance, then advocacy becomes change. Like when personal protection orders were expanded to enable families to defend themselves against their abusers. Or when the Protection from Harassment Act was passed and finally gave victims relief from harassment. Or this year, when immunity for marital rape was repealed and husbands could be held responsible for violating their wives. Some of those problems stood for so long, things grew on them like mold, entire ways of thinking and being. We still have these tradition-encrusted problems. Like the new national policy that women should pay more premiums than men for long-term disability insurance. Like how women are still asked what they were wearing when they were sexually assaulted. Like the lack of financial support for caregivers who give up their jobs to support their elderly parents. We can go on and on. So many babies streaming down our river. Together with our wonderful allies, Aware keeps going upstream, not just solving problems but preventing them. Because when advocacy succeeds, the world transforms for the better. But advocacy is not for the faint of heart. It takes hard work and courage and a lot of heroes. So be our heroes. Give us courage. We can't change this country without you. Let's make the future happen now. The funds raised will go to Aware's essential work that wins hearts, changes minds, and improves many lives. Let's do this together.